All right, you are currently watching video E5.p1-14, which today's learning target is going to be explain how a light year can be used as a distance unit. So like we use feet, inches, miles, meters, centimeters, millimeters, whatever the distance that we use to represent something, how far it may have traveled or gone, or a distance between two objects. So what we're going to be talking about today is what a light year is, and this is going to be done in a lab setting. So what you're going to want to have out and available with you is this activity, light year as a distance, activity 2. That's what we'll be discussing. So what you'll start by reading the background information, and then you'll complete the procedures for the investigation. And then at the very end, there are 5 questions and conclusions to answer on page 12. So what you'll do after reading the background information, which you can find right here at the very beginning, the objective, as it states very clearly right here on the page, is to develop an understanding of a light year and the unit of a light year. All right, materials as they're listed right over here on the left side, you will see that you'll need a stopwatch or some sort of timing device, iPad, iPod Touch, or your own stopwatch if you have one, or if you wanted just a regular stopwatch, you can just ask us for one of those. Should be in with the materials as well. Second, use tape measure to measure, and it says 30 meters or best or more works best. And again, we have 2 of these in which you can be using for the actual lab as you need it. Calculator is going to be very important, so you can use the ones that are provided or your very own if you happen to have one. Safety glasses or goggles are something that if you want to wear, you're more than welcome to, but there should be really, truly no need for those types of items to be used for this lab. So with that having been said, let's jump right into the procedures as they're listed right here. It says find a long distance that you can use either inside or outside of the school. This could be a long hallway, a large room such as a cafeteria, parking lot, or a football field for distance. So what we're going to have you do, we're going to actually have you use the back hallway in between Mr. Fuzak, myself, Mr. Wandel, Mr. Malafite, that hallway that also stretches all the way down headed towards where Mrs. Malafite or Mrs. Fuzak's room used to be. So continuing to follow that back hallway all the way until you get to the wall. So what will happen is that will be the space you'll use. Where you start, there's some tape on the floor almost by the area where you take the doors headed to the west gym. So you'll see the tape on the floor. It's pretty evident, pretty easy to notice and recognize. All right. So what you'll start with in the procedure, starting at one end of the space you have chosen, you're going to walk heel to toe. Heel to toe. So what most of you are accustomed to walking is taking the big strides, and in a heel to toe setting, you're going to take your shoe and you're going to place them back to back so that they're heel to toe as you walk the distance as it measures. And you're going to walk that distance for 60 seconds or 1 minute. All right? So you want to line yourself up. You want to make sure that you're getting your heel to toe real close together, and as you walk, taking steps for that amount of time, for 1 minute. Okay, then what you'll do is you use the tape measure to measure how far you actually physically walked, and what you'll do is you'll round to the nearest meter. So there should be no decimal places at all. So if you're 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, you're going to round up, and if you're 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, you're going to round down. And then you'll record that distance in the data table which is provided for you. I'm going to move this up so it's out of my way. And the data table is located right here on the very back page. As you can see, distance walked for trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, and then for trial 4. So you'll record it in those procedures. So again, as it says, for step number 4, you'll repeat steps 2, 3. You'll do that 3 more times, so you're going to have a total of 4 trials. You're going to then calculate the 4 measurements to find their average. So you're going to add up trial 1, 2, 3, and 4 all together, and you're going to divide it by 4, okay, because you did it 4 times. The average that you calculated, heel to toe in 1 minute, we'll call this the student minutes. So how far you're able to actually travel in 1 minute is what they're going to refer to as the student minutes. Once you have completed all of that information, if you've completed each of those 4 trials, you've done your average, so you've completed all 6 procedural steps, Now comes the questions and conclusions. There are 5 questions which you can see right here on this bottom part of page 12. What you will do is you will answer those 5 questions back on this sheet right here, where it says light year as a distance. You'll see where it says questions. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there's enough space for you to answer those 5 questions right there in that space, the bottom of that page. Okay? Should you have any questions, you need any materials, you need maybe a bigger space depending on how you walk heel to toe, just simply ask Mr. Fusick or myself, and we'll find the space for you to do that so that it won't interrupt some of the other classes that are taking place in the hallway. All right? Let us know.